Hi everyone, Kimmy here. Just thought I'd come on and just have a little chat with you and let you get to know me a bit better. I've got my cup of tea here because, as you all know by now, if you've ever watched me before, a cup of tea is what keeps me going day and night. But anyway, I call myself Grandma Kimmy. I call myself Grandma Kimmy because that's what half the kids on the estate call me, because my grandchildren live here, so the kids call me Grandma Kimmy too, so it's what I call myself. I'm sitting here cuddling my teddy because I will admit that I am very nervous about doing anything like this because I'm extremely conscious of myself. But I wanted you to see me and see who I really am. I thought I'd just say to you about a few things about me growing up. I was born in a very small village in Kent called Hawkhurst, and we were born I was born, we, meaning my brothers and that. I was born in a small farm cottage, and it was way back beyond, as we would say. It was right out, miles away from anywhere. It was really, really rural. It's how I grew up, and it's all I really knew. But I have to say, the first house that I was born into, which was a small farm cottage, as I mentioned, didn't really know it. I don't really remember it, but I do remember what everybody told me about it. I was born at the beginning of the 60s, which seems like hundreds of years ago now, especially to young people. My grandchildren, I think, thought I walked with the dinosaurs. But anyway, I absolutely loved living in the country, and I absolutely loved knowing the stories about where I was born and where I lived. Anyway, the cottage that I lived in, apparently, was very old school, as I would call it. There's no running water. So water was got from buckets by my mum and my dad from a well down the road a ways, by the farm that was owned by the people that owned the home that we lived in. So obviously there was no bathroom. So that was going to be, I suppose, a tin bath. I don't remember. I was only little. But we had a butler sink, you know. It was huge, the butler sink. You know, the ceramic ones that you see in some of the fancy houses and some of the historical houses. That's where my bath would have been done, I suppose. I don't remember, but I wish we still had them because they were fantastic. You know, things are washing up and free hand wash, everything brilliant, massive. Anyway, there was no electricity. It was gas lighting, and my dad swears blind that it was reading by the gas light that messed up his eyesight. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. This little place was a small place. There was only 2 bedrooms in it, with a boarded outside. It was a quaint little place, really. No inside toilet. The toilet was outside. It was like a tin shack, basically. And the story I do remember is my aunt, bless her heart, no longer with us, I'm sorry to say. Went in there one day to have a wee, only to discover, looking up at her from the pan, a smiling rat. So she never went in there again. I don't know what she did. She probably held it all the time she was at our house. Who knows? Anyway, then, on the day I was born, apparently my brother, upstairs in the only other room in the house, upstairs bedroom, sat there thinking to himself, yes, I've got out of it. I haven't got to go to school today. The baby's coming. Because obviously in them days, didn't know if it's a brother and sister, didn't have scans, just got what you'll get. Anyway, so my brother sat there really happily because he could hear the doctor had arrived, and my dad was all of a fluster, and he thought, oh, this is fantastic, you know, no school today. But little did he know that my aunt would rush in, put a coat over his head, and steer him through the room. You see, because obviously with 2 rooms upstairs, he had to come through my mum's room to get to the stairs. So he was really hoping upon hope that nobody would remember he was there. What happened next? I can remember him telling me about. I know what it was. We, as I got older, I was a real tomboy. But the thing is, I was a bit of an afterthought. And my brother was 13 years older than me. So he taught me a lot of perhaps I shouldn't know, you know. I was little, I was dumpy, had red hair, and it was just all curly. And I was a bit of I looked like a real little girl, but I was not a real little girl at heart. I was a real little tomboy, and my brother helped with that immensely. Anyway, as time went on, he started to take me out and about with him, sometimes with his friends as well, I might add. But one of his favourite things to do, or so he told me, was to take me over in the woods, help me climb a tree, get me safe on a bough just above ground so that I couldn't get down, but if I fell wouldn't hurt, but then tell me if he was going home for lunch and hide. And obviously I don't know if that's true because I don't remember it, but no, my brother wouldn't surprise me at all. He was evil, I tell you, my brother, but I love him and loved him now with all my heart. Anyway, after a while, my brother, as I grew older, decided he would take me on a bike, his bike, because I was too little to have one. But I remember him saying to me many years afterwards, the cut on your eye, I can tell you why he got it. It was because he thought it'd be a fantastic idea to sit me on the handlebars of the bike. I would hold on and he would be on there, whee, legs out, enjoying every minute of it, until we hit a stone, or should I say rock. The bike stopped, he pulled the brakes, I went off, come down and cut my eye open. Anyway, he knew then he'd got to take me home. That's the scary part, because he knew that my mum and dad would be waiting for him, and I bet he thought, whoa, murders. Anyway, he was good at it. He's still alive today in his 60s, so they obviously didn't kill him. So yeah, I'm left with a scar because of that, which is really nice, I know, but it's brothers for you, but it teaches you to be tough. As I say, it was a farmhouse. My parents didn't work on the farm. My dad helped out sometimes, and so did my mum. We never had a great deal of money, but we had fun, and that was it. Didn't need money to have fun living in the country. I don't think you need to have fun living anywhere. Don't matter where you live, you make fun. We moved from there and we went up to a bigger house. It was an old Tudor house owned by a different farmer. So my mum and dad still helped out on the farm when they could. And when I got older, when I was 12, 13, I helped out too, potato picking up. The house that we moved to was wonderful, it really was. But if I can just explain about how we were positioned, you had to walk about a mile and a bit to the closest corner shop. And when I say corner shop, it sold everything from Sweeties to Daz washing up powder. Also did a really good line in gossip. I can see them all now. I didn't really remember what was going on because I was too little. I was interested in what licorice I was going to have or what toffee was on offer that week. But the women would stand there, arms crossed, over under their boobs, and talk about everybody. None of the women wanted to leave because they knew that if they left, they would be the next talking subject. I sometimes look back on it and think, oh, that would have made the most wonderful comedy series. We'd have had such laughs looking at that. But anyway, that's really just a very small part of me and how I grew up. And as time goes on, I'd like you to get to know the real Kimmy about me. You know I love to make things, and you know I have reborn dolls. Not everybody likes reborn dolls, but let me say they are my therapy and I enjoy them immensely. And all the people that I've met in the reborn world too. I've been so lucky, so very, very lucky. They're all wonderful people. And I know that marginally everybody on the YouTube world is good. It's just the odd one, as they say. I hope I'm not that odd one. Odd, but not the one. Anyway, next time I come on, we'll have another little natter. Remember to bring your cup of tea, because you can't have a chat without a cup of tea. Bye. Be nice to me. Remember, I am a grandma. Bye.